So today the book that I want to talk about is Barrier Gaze by Chuck Tingle. So this is like a sci-fi horror book about this jaded screenwriter who finally got an Oscar nomination, but at the same time, his boss is forcing him to like kill off his gay characters to increase profit, because apparently that's more profitable, according to the boss, and he refuses. So he's starting to basically like reconsider when he realized that characters from his movies and shows started appearing in real life, stalking him and trying to kill him. So yeah, that's basically the premise. And this is a bit interesting because I had a little bit of a history with Chuck Tingle. He used to write a lot of like eroticas, which are like satire, I guess you could say. The titles are just kind of ridiculous, um, like in a funny way. And I remember one of them were nominated for like a Hugo Award, and I replied to a tweet saying it, and I just said something about how ridiculous the Hugo is for nominating something like that, and I didn't even read the book, so you know, I was like 15 at that time, and I think Chuck Dingle basically replied to my tweet, and it was a whole thing. But then I never really read anything about from the author until Camp Damascus, which is his horror book from either last year or the year before, which I thought was pretty good. Even though it didn't blow me away or anything like that, but it was good. It was a lot better than I thought considering his other works. And now we have this, which is even better than Camp Damascus, I think. It's a lot more, it's a lot more well thought out, and just in general, it's just a good book. So yeah, I think there are some flaws in this book. It's it's about Hollywood, right, and filmmaking in general, but it also has some flaws that remind me of some Hollywood movies, like the plot conveniences and contrivances to move the plot forward and get the main character out of a sticky situation. There are a lot of those. Well, maybe not a lot, but there are enough of those that it became noticeable because the plot in general is very well written, other than those. And there's also the fact that it's only 295 pages, which I think is just not enough, especially with the flashbacks. I think there are a lot of side plots, yeah, subplots and like side characters that can be explored more. And I don't know why they didn't. If it's like a Hollywood movie, I get it. You have to make the runtime like 2 hours. But this is not a movie, and it's still under 300 pages. I think like 25, 50 more pages would have done this book um, a lot of good. Because I think with a more fleshed out side characters and subplots, it would be even more compelling of a story. Um, and the other flaw, I guess you could say, is the fact that this book is very unsubtle in its message. It's like a lot of modern sci-fi fantasy books are like this. They have progressive message, and they like beat you over the head with it basically. They want to make sure that you understand what it's saying, and again, this can be a negative to some readers, I guess, if you only want subtle stuff. But I don't know, for me, I guess I got used to it at some point, and I didn't really mind it. It's just kind of funny at this point. There was like a scene where the main character basically says out loud that the real villain is capitalism and the system's willingness to exploit profit. I mean, exploit trauma for profit. Like, that's the whole book's thesis. Like, you don't have to say it out loud, but it was kind of funny, so I didn't mind it, I guess. But yeah, other than that, it was pretty good. The main character is very interesting. The writing itself is also it's good because it's from from the point of view of a main character who's a writer, so he can write, and it's very enjoyable to read. And the pacing is not very fast, but it's like the right speed for me to want to keep reading all the time. So it's hard to put it down basically. And yeah, like I said, the plot for the most part is well done. It's really interesting, and it gets to the point where it becomes so unpredictable. Like, I don't know what the hell is going on next. Even though the start is not the most interesting, but it becomes a little bit more interesting every time there's a new plot thread going on. So yeah, it's a good book. Um, I'm giving this one like a 4 out of 5 stars. And yeah, it's not my favorite book of the year or anything like that, but it might get a place in my top 10. We'll see. But yeah, it was pretty good. And if you seem, and if it seem, if and if it seems to be something you might enjoy, then you should definitely give this one a try. Cause yeah, it's good, and I think more people should read it, especially if you're looking for a queer sci-fi horror stuff. So yeah. Anyways, thanks for watching, and yeah, see you later.